Welcome to the Fantasy Football Prophet podcast, hosted by Craig Phillips and Jeff Torrey. Visit us at fantasyfootballprophet.com. And now your hosts, Craig and Jeff.
Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Football Prophet podcast. I'm Craig Phillips, joined as always by Jeff Torrey, and today we're switching up our rankings episode a little bit here. I haven't made my ranks yet, Jeff. You haven't made your ranks yet. I will make my ranks. They will be posted on our Instagram page, but this is going to be a little different. We're going to basically take what the current expert consensus on Fantasy Pros is and just kind of go player situations and would we play this player or this player based off what these ranks are. And maybe we're not going to hit everybody, but maybe this is a way we can, hit some of the situations that you could be faced with this week and decisions you could be faced with and help you out a little bit there. Which we can't get to everyone, obviously. So it's just, we'll try to do our best and give you some, maybe you can figure out some spots where play this player or this player and what we think about these ranks. So let's just go into this. Let's talk about quarterbacks here. Because an interesting one this week is Russell Wilson playing at Jacksonville. So that's a tough matchup. So because of that, in the rankings this week, you have Alex Smith and Jared Goff both ahead of Russell Wilson. So there could be people out there that have Russell Wilson that are worried about the matchup and they maybe have Alex Smith. Maybe they have Jared Goff as their backup. That's a very easy possibility there. Would you actually play Smith or Goff over Wilson like they have him ranked? Would you actually do it?
Simply put, no.
No,
not at all. Russell Wilson, I do not want him to play Jacksonville. He has a terrible, terrible matchup for week 14 and 15, going against Jacksonville and then the Rams. But, Goff is not the quarterback Russell Wilson is. And he still has a tough opponent in Philadelphia. And then Alex Smith, I just don't trust at all. He could get you 5 points. He could get you 45. And I think it's much more likely he's going to be on the lower end of that spectrum. So I roll with Russell Wilson, the guy who got you here. And he did just get through Philly posting 30 points. Mm-hmm. So absolutely, stick with Russell.
Yeah, the playoffs roll around and you're thinking of sitting the number one quarterback in fantasy. I think that's a recipe for disaster. Yes, it might not work out. You know what? He might get 15, but I still think it's the right move. You play the guy who's been the top player all year. You just do it. I mean, okay, what about Stafford? Stafford's ranked ahead of him. Stafford has a good matchup against Tampa. I'm still not doing that either. I'm playing Wilson over pretty much. You know what? Okay, honestly, the only one I'd consider is going to be Wilson or Brady. When it comes down to it, Brady had a bad week. You know what? I'm playing Wilson over everybody. I don't care. I'm done. Yep, Wilson's over everybody, Jeff. Right? Wilson over everybody. For me, at least.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay, who would you play over Wilson? Would you play Brady over Wilson?
Yes, I would. I would go Brady.
There's our bet. Brady versus Wilson.
Brady versus Wilson. He just has such a good matchup, and after having that last game, I would definitely go Brady. But I still think Russell Wilson is going to do well.
What about? Okay,
he might be the only one I play over him, though.
Right? I think people sometimes you think about matchups too much, and you know what? You just play your top guys. That's the one thing that sometimes bothers me about fantasy football is too much matchup dependent. Unless it's amazing, unless you get playing the 1985 Bears, you know what? I'm not as worried about your matchup if you're an elite player. The matchup thing bothers me.
Where does Wentz fall in that? Because he has a rough opponent as well.
I don't worry as much about the Rams. They're not, to me, like some amazing defense. So I'm going to put Wentz as my probably third this week. I probably would put him 3. I
would too. But where does he fall on the expert ranking that we're
third?
Oh, he does fall third. Okay,
yep.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'd play him there. That's where I'd do it. They actually currently, this obviously changes, but Phillip Rivers is the current number 2. So
really,
yeah, currently. So Rivers or Wentz? Would you go Rivers over Wentz? Because that's how it's ranked. And there's a lot of people that would come up with that decision. And actually, Jeff, that's a good question. Do you currently? What is your quarterback situation like?
I have Cousins and Rivers.
That's a good one. Cousins or Rivers? You've rolled with Cousins all year.
I have.
But Rivers,
he's starting to come around. Well, I shouldn't say he has come
around. And if you looked at the ranks, you would say Rivers is second and Cousins is 11th. So what are you doing? Have you even thought about this, or have you just thought you're rolling with Cousins and haven't even tried to think about it? And now I'm trying to make you think, make you second guess yourself. It's the playoffs. You've never won a championship in this league. You're going to overthink it. Who are you going with?
Tell you the truth, I don't know. I'll be honest. It's a tough decision for me because...
Have you been leaning Cousins until I've brought this up?
I'm still leaning Cousins, but only because I've been playing him the whole time. And, he's playing the Chargers, though, and they have been very, very good against the pass. Cousins hasn't been anything too crazy.
But Rivers is playing the Redskins. So.
Yeah, I know. And Rivers has been doing so well. But, you wonder, too, because, he almost got 20 against Jacksonville, which is saying something. But Buffalo, 22. Dallas, 34 when they're, did terrible. And then Cleveland, 19. So it's not like he had the toughest schedule either for the last 3 games when he's done pretty well. I don't know. That's going to be a good decision for me. Right now, I'm still leaning Cousins. I still just like him.
I'd go Rivers.
Now you're just trying to mess with my head.
Yeah, but Rivers has been good.
Yeah, he has been good. But Cousins has been good too.
It's still Cousins.
He put up 29 against Minnesota, 32 against New Orleans. 20.
Yeah, he has been pretty solid, hasn't he?
Yeah. Dallas, 16 points. I don't want that again, but...
Thursday night. That's the moral of the story there, right?
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
All right, well, another one here. Let's say, I'm just trying to come up with situations based off what you could actually have, because you're probably not deciding between Tom Brady and Russell Wilson. So,
right.
But a lot of these others you might be. There's not a lot of, it's been kind of all over the place. But what about, all right, this is the 12 and 13 ranked players this week. Josh McCown is 12th. Matt Ryan's 13th. Would you go McCown over Matt Ryan?
Yes, I would.
I think I would too.
I know, it hurts me to say, but...
And Matt Ryan has the Saints, which have been tough. McCown has Denver, which don't care about anymore. I think I go McCown. It's a weird thing to say, but... Falcons have been, a little better offensively recently? Sort of. But it's not like Matt Ryan has had big weeks because of it.
Yeah, I don't
Last week was terrible, but it was Minnesota.
I don't want to just take a 2-game stint because I think that's too kind of short-sighted. But in the past few games, even past that, I think they were kind of neck and neck if you go past 2 games. So who has been playing better? McCown has. McCown has by far. And I just trust him more. So, yeah, I would go McCown.
Yeah, I knew when we started this year that we would be debating playing Josh McCown or Matt Ryan in the playoffs, and you'd pick Josh McCown, right?
Exactly.
Right. And we knew that. Okay, that's about good for quarterback. What about, one last one. The current rankings have Smith and Goff. I'm going to go back to them ahead of Drew Brees. Would you play them over Drew Brees?
Oh, man, Drew.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, let me see. So he is playing at Atlanta. They're kind of middle of the road. Drew Brees, his last couple of games, he hasn't been anything special. He really hasn't.
I might change
less than 20, 3 out of the last 4 games. So would I rather play a Goff? I guess we'll take them one at a time. Would you play Goff or Brees?
Brees.
All right, and then Alex Smith. Brees or Alex Smith?
Smith.
So Smith, Brees, Goff.
Yeah.
That's how you would go?
Yeah. I think Smith against Oakland is just more potential there. And New Orleans is a run offense. They run the ball. And if Brees gets a passing touchdown, it's probably because he threw it to Alvin Kamara at this point.
Right, exactly.
So I think that's what I go. I think I go Smith over Brees. And I knew I'd be making that decision at the beginning of the year too. Just crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Right? All right. Running backs. Let's talk about some running backs here. Currently, the number 2 ranked running back for the week, Alvin Kamara. Just
no issue with that.
That's crazy, isn't it?
He's been so good. I can't, and he's been so good, you run with him. Yes, absolutely. So he was number 2. Who's number 1 on there then?
Bell.
Yeah, okay.
But it's crazy how, the top guys are the top guys. It's Bell, Kamara, McCoy, Ingram, Gordon, Gurley, Fournette. Okay, that's fine. It's crazy how when you get to this point of the year, how things change. Like Lamar Miller's 8, which you could have maybe seen. He's going against San Francisco. But Pirine, Lynch, Drake, then Devontae Freeman, then Burkhead, Morris, Lewis Hunt. It's just crazy names. So, the situation I'm curious about, the way they have this ranked right now, Samaje Pirine's 9th, Devontae Freeman's 12th. Are you actually playing Pirine over Devontae Freeman? I know he's still coming back from the injury. He hasn't necessarily done a lot since, in the one game back. Freeman or Pirine? These are tough ones.
And they're tough because Pirine, once again, Pirine is going against, Chargers are good against the pass. They're not good against the run. They've been giving him a ton of carries, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, he only had 12 last week. Oh, man. It would be a no-brainer Freeman if I thought he looked 100% healthy last week. I wasn't there, but I still think I'd go Freeman.
Me too.
I can't shake that feeling.
I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna go with Freeman, and yeah, Pirine feels almost safer, but I'm gonna roll with Freeman and think this is his big week back, maybe, right? That's what we can hope for.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with it. Yeah.
All right. How about, let's see here. Let me pull up my ranks again. We got Burkhead or Hunt. You're going Burkhead, right?
I am, yeah.
Weird. That's another weird thing to think about.
Technically a number 2 back compared to.
What about? Let's see here. Jordan Howard's the 18th ranked back, and we got Kareem Hunt the 16th ranked back. Which one are you going with there?
I go Howard.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think it's a close one, but I think Howard has a better upside.
I'm going Hunt.
All right.
I just keep waiting for something to happen, right? Maybe he gets a touchdown at some point in his life.
I feel like Howard has a better opportunity to get in the end zone.
Maybe, yeah. I guess you could say that, yeah. I just hate Chicago's team.
No, I mean, I do too, but the fact that I don't know how Hunt hasn't been able to get in the end zone.
Yeah, it's strange.
It's almost defying odds at this point.
What about, Kenyon Drake or Rex Burkhead? Drake's ranked ahead of Burkhead. I think I go Drake. I think there's more guaranteed volume, maybe. But he's going against the Patriots, who've been pretty good on defense. Burkhead's going against Miami, obviously. They're playing the same game. Miami should lose by a lot, so it might be more getting the ball to Burkhead and a lot less running the ball with Drake.
That is a very, very good one. I like that. I like that matchup a lot. I lean. God, I hate myself for this. I hate the Patriots running backs with a passion. I always want to stay away from them if possible. But I think I would go Burkhead. He has been so good. I think Drake is safer. But I think if I was going to pick one, when it's go time, I'm picking Burkhead.
Man, I'm going Drake.
Okay. That Denver he has been good. Don't get me wrong. He's been good. He's been playable. I think that Denver game is an outlier. 23 carries for 120 yards and 1 touchdown. I don't see that happening against New England, who he just played and had 9 carries for 20 yards. He did catch it for a touchdown which saved that game, but New England looked much superior to Denver, so I gotta go Burkhead.
What about this? First off, let's start off here. 24th ranked Jerick McKinnon, 25th ranked Latavius Murray.
No, I'd go Murray.
When are people going to wake up to the fact that Murray's been better than McKinnon and he's the number one back there?
By far, too.
So
by far.
It's Murray for me. But what about Murray, who's the 25th ranked, or Peyton Barber, 20th? This is if Martin's out. Peyton Barber, 20th, going against Detroit versus a 25th Murray. Okay, right off the bat, I'm going Murray. I don't care if he's playing a better team. I feel more comfortable with Murray.
Yeah. I'm not going with a guy that I have no idea what he's going to be able to do, even though he's going against a Detroit team that's been giving up everything. I gotta go Murray. He's been getting in the end zone. He's been doing a very, very good job. I don't think they're going to shy away from him, even though he has a tough matchup.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I don't know. People just aren't waking up to Latavius Murray. It's still just kind of, I don't know. He's being disrespected. I don't want to say that, but it's just kind of like slept on in a way. He's getting a lot of carries. He's been pretty decent. I think you play him. What about Alex Collins or Kareem Hunt? Kareem Hunt again.
How would you go Alex Collins?
And he's 5 spots below Hunt right now. It's just people like me just waiting for Hunt to do something.
It's another one. And you know what? You never know, right? You're just waiting for it. If he breaks out, you're going to say, I told you so. But if you listen to me or you listen to the other side of that coin, you would have been right 5 games, in a row before this.
Yep.
So,
all right, I'm going to move on to wide receiver here because that's honestly, I've talked about in other episodes, just literally you can put a lot of these names in a hat, pick and choose. You'll probably do just as well if you actually picked them. It's tough when you have all these random names. So the number 1 wide receiver currently for this week, can you take a guess?
Antonio Brown?
He's not. He's number 2.
Oh, Hopkins then.
No, he's number 3.
AJ Green?
Number 4.
How am I missing the number 1 out of all these? Who in the heck am I missing? No, it can't be him.
Can't be. Are you sure?
I don't know. I feel like Keenan Allen?
He is.
Is it really?
Currently number 1.
Wow.
Right?
I mean, I love Keenan Allen, but I was not expecting that.
Did you actually think we'd get to the point? Like,
I picked 2, 3, and 4.
How about week 10? Did you think we'd be all of us? It was, it would be week 10, right? Because week 11, 12, 13 is where he went off. So week 10, could you imagine fantasy playoffs, week 1, Keenan Allen, number 1 ranked receiver in the league? You would have just, how much money would somebody bet you that Keenan Allen's going to be ranked number 1? How much money would you have gone up to? Would you, it's ridiculous. There's no way. And he is. I don't know what happened.
Man, where's Marvin Jones on that list?
Currently 11th.
What? Really?
Yep.
That is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah? You think he should be higher?
Yeah, I think he should be much higher.
He's below. Okay.
I shouldn't say much. I mean, he's 11th.
He's behind Fitzgerald. Would you play him over Fitzgerald?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Fitzgerald's been good, don't get me wrong, but I think Marvin Jones has been spectacular. He's going against a terrible Tampa Bay team.
Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
And Thielen's 7th to Jones is 11th, so you'd go Thielen there. Let's see. I mean...
No, I mean, I would definitely go Marvin Jones.
Michael Thomas?
Ooh, now we're talking.
So at this point, you've moved him up to 9th in your ranks. Based off some of these guys.
No, yeah, I would go... You know what? Yeah, I would go over Michael Thomas as well.
So you moved him up to 8th now. What about Julio?
He's a tough one because he's so up and down. Yeah, I would. I would go Marvin Jones. I'm not going to lie. I would go Marvin Jones over Julio.
Tyreek Hill.
Ooh. Big play. That's a tough one because you can almost chart exactly what Tyreek Hill is going to do because he is so much 1 game low, 1 game high, 1 game... the entire season. And he did just switch it up where it's almost 2 low games and then high. And he's going against Oakland, so I think that is a very, very good spot for him to blow up again. Oh, man. That's so tough. I would have a very tough time to put... I would go Tyreek Hill just because I got to go upside. The upside is so much.
What about Brandon Cooks?
I would go... Well, with Gronk being out, I like Brandon Cooks even more. Yeah. But I would go Marvin Jones over
So you moved Jones up to 7th, I think. So he should be the 7th ranked receiver this week. You can live with that.
I would live with that.
So you have Jones on your team.
Yeah.
You have Cooks on your team. Mm-hmm. So you're going... And let's see, you're going Cooks, Green, Jones, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So you don't even have to worry about it. You just got your team all set.
Well, I have that flex spot open.
And that flex spot...
It's more Howard, Dez.
Jeff, I'm going to talk about your lineup. Jeff, we're going to what we're going to do real quick. All right. You got those 3 receivers. That's what you're going with. You got Melvin Gordon at running back. You got Kamara at running back. So here we go. Is it Jordan Howard? Is it Dez Bryant? Is it Rex Burkhead?
Yeah, those are the 3 I have to decide between.
What are you going with? Or should they make Rex Burkhead like a tight end or something and you can put him at tight end this week?
Oh my God, that would be so amazing.
Yeah. But what are you going with? Who are you going with? Burkhead, Dez, Jordan Howard. What's the move?
Right now, I know I'm gonna just think about this all week. Right now, I'm leaning towards Burkhead.
Crazy.
I know. I never thought, especially Dez. I never thought in the world I would not be starting Dez if I had him.
Or Jordan Howard.
Yeah, right. Or Jordan Howard. I mean, they just, not only in the matchups, but they have not been performing. Dez finally got a touchdown, but can I trust that? I do like Dak this week. I do like Dak. And I don't mind Dez, but I got to go for, the guys that have shown they can produce. And really, who would you start in that situation? We're not playing anyway, so it doesn't matter. And it's only 1 spot. I should crush James.
Oh man, this is tough for me.
So you actually are having a tough. Usually you're pretty opinionated when it comes to other people's teams.
No,
you know right
okay.
away.
The problem is Rex Burkhead just
Came out of nowhere.
I'm hitting everything here because I'm just flabbergasted.
Flailing his arms.
I don't know what to do with him. This is like one of those few situations I have. I don't have like a real opinion. Okay, let's start with this. It bothers. I'm just so happy he's not on my team. I'll be honest with you.
Flex position. We'll start with this: Des Bryant or Jordan Howard.
I would probably go Jordan Howard.
Okay, I thought.
Just because I feel like he has a good track record of at least being able to do something on bad teams.
Yeah.
And he's at 2 weeks down, but I think he'll be fine. But Rex Burkhead, I just don't know. It's crazy because I don't have a good opinion of him. I have a good opinion of him. I can't figure out what he is. Like, I don't know. It's just a tough thing, but you know what? All right, I'm thinking about it. Go Rex Burkhead.
Yeah.
He's on a good offense. They're obviously looking for him.
I think with
Gronk
down 2, this is total speculation because I don't know, but I would think that would help people like Brandon Cooks and Burkhead and Deion Lewis.
Yep.
Right, it would have to because I don't see those receptions, those plays going outside of those 3 necessarily. 1 or 2 might.
Yeah.
But I think it will give each of them an opportunity a little bit more. And with the limited one that he already gets, he's been producing so much, especially in the last 2 weeks. So I think I would go Burkhead as well. I think I'm going to go Burkhead.
Yeah, I think that's where you got to go. All right, what about, let's see, Josh Gordon or Doug Baldwin? Doug Baldwin against Jacksonville. Josh Gordon is ranked 17th currently with Baldwin 23rd. I'm not playing around. I'm going Baldwin. I think this is just, yes, I know Jacksonville's been good. Yes. But, I mean, it's not like Baldwin's been lighting the world on fire. But can you really trust Josh Gordon on a bad team? Can you, over a Doug Baldwin? 17th ranked currently for Josh Gordon puts him right in the middle of he's a wide receiver 2 already. I don't know about that.
Oh, man, I have a really tough time with this one because I totally understand where they're coming from. Because Baldwin hasn't been... He's been solid,
exactly.
Right? He's been solid. Russell Wilson, if I think that he's going to do well, even though it's Jacksonville, and I think he will, they have to go somewhere. Do I think they're going to him? Oh, no, man. Yeah, I think I would have to go Baldwin. I think it's just too early to go with an unpredictable player like Josh Gordon over someone who has a proven track record. I think I lean that way as well, but that one is not easy for me because I think Josh Gordon could easily score a touchdown because he's kind of the only show in town right now.
Yeah. I'm going Doug Baldwin, though.
Yeah, I would too. Begrudgingly, Doug Baldwin.
What about, let's see here. Man, Demaryius Thomas all the way down 28th. Ugh.
Yeah, but hold on. What is yours, actually, on your team? Demaryius Thomas.
Basically it's Demaryius Thomas or Dede Westbrook. Dede's ranked 36 on this one. Demaryius is 28th. Thomas is going against the Jets. Dede's going against Seattle. I don't know if I can trust Demaryius Thomas right now. I don't have to make a decision yet. I don't have to make one. I can wait. Right?
Well, yeah. Which way are you leaning, though? Because he does have a good matchup against the Jets.
I know he does.
And let's be honest, in order for him to be viable to play, at least when we're talking about his last 7 games, he has to score a touchdown.
He does. That's the only way it works. And Dede is just, oh God, this is tough. This is one of those where I say don't get too cute, just start Demaryius. But he's only the 31st ranked receiver this year.
Yeah,
and he's played all the games.
Special.
Yeah, and oh man, I don't know what to do. I don't know. You know what? Let me think. Dede Westbrook. I'm going with it. I'm doing it. Dede Westbrook.
Knock it down, Dede.
Because you know what? I feel like he's going to be. There's more guaranteed targets. I feel like because Denver's just been bad. I don't know what else to say. The Jets and man, why does he have to play the Jets? Why can't it just be any other team? And I wouldn't even think about it. Just that,
if he didn't have a good matchup.
Yeah, it just makes me think that, maybe he could do something. And I don't know. I might change my mind. I probably will 1,000 times before that game starts.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, Seattle hasn't been the Seattle of old, right?
Yep.
So I don't think it's too much. I mean, if you were just going to say DD or Demaryius Thomas, they're going against a middle-of-the-road defense. They're both going against. Who would you pick?
DD. I just don't trust the quarterbacks.
I get it. Actually, I mean, sadly enough, I think I actually lean the other way. I think even though Demaryius, I think the thing about DD is he's done it against bad teams so far.
Yeah.
And I still don't have an idea of what he does. I know. So
He just catches passes.
Demaryius Thomas is having a rough season. I'm not going to lie about that. But I still would lean his way, I think.
One last one. Josh Gordon or Robbie Anderson?
Robbie Anderson.
But they ranked Josh Gordon ahead.
I know. But I think Robbie Anderson is much safer.
All right, thinking about that, I got to see this. Jermaine Kearse. Jermaine Kearse currently, he could move up, but on the early ranks, he's 43rd. Way too low. I think he's way too low. 43rd. Would you play Jermaine Kearse or Josh Doxson? Jermaine Kearse or Emmanuel Sanders? Jermaine Kearse or Ted Ginn? Right? Kearse? I think Kearse is going over those three.
It's surprising, though. If you look, Ted Ginn has been surprisingly useful.
I just can't trust Ted
Ginn. And Doxson as well.
I don't know why. I'm going Kearse in our prolific Jets passing offense that we love so much.
I know that we love.
Yeah. Go Kearse. Go Kearse. He's going to get nothing this week.
Yeah, I don't really trust him. I kind of trust. I love how these are the worst questions of all time. Just nitpicking all these.
All right, I'm going to go over to tight end. There's really not much here to actually debate or talk about. Because there's certain players that you're not even questioning you're playing them. You're playing Travis Kelce. You're playing Ertz. You're playing Jimmy Graham. You're playing Evan Ingram.
I was going to say, don't say probably. You're playing.
So those four you're playing, without a doubt. And you're probably playing Delaney Walker. Because if you have Delaney Walker, most likely he was your top tight end option. You probably haven't picked one up. The only other possibility you could have if you had Delaney Walker is Evan Ingram, I would think. Because Ingram's basically the only waiver wire tight end that's really made an impact. So would you go with, here's one ranking, it's Jack Doyle or Hunter Henry?
Oh, I would go Hunter Henry.
And of course they rank it Jack Doyle ahead of Hunter Henry.
Yeah, I would go Hunter Henry there.
How about, let's see, Jason Witten or Hunter Henry?
Witten, huh?
Yeah, right?
That's an interesting one. No, I go Hunter Henry.
Right?
I'm like, what am I missing here? No, nothing. Hunter Henry.
No, I'm doing the same thing. I don't know. I think Hunter Henry's going to be fine. Ricky Seals-Jones.
Oh, here we go.
Or Cameron Brate.
Ooh, I like that one a lot. That is really funny. Oh, man, that's tough. I would go Ricky Seals-Jones, actually. I might totally bite myself because Jameis Winston comes back and does that with Brate, but it's only 2 catches, and he's been terrible before that. I know it wasn't the same quarterback, but...
And these ranks are early, so they don't have everybody in there. They don't have Steven Anderson top 10 yet, like they should. So he's not even ranked yet. He'll be up there. Steven Anderson top 10. He's gonna have a big week.
He will be a good player for someone that picks him up, I believe. But there's no way he makes it in the top 10.
Yeah. All right, that's about it for tight ends because I've said this before. Put the names in a hat. Get like 5 tight end names, like the Jared Cooks. The Clays, the Seals. No, you know what? Steven Anderson. You're playing Steven Anderson. He's the top by far. He's amazing. Okay. I'm going to really get somebody to play Steven Anderson now, right? And he's going to go 1 for 6, and I'm going to be blamed. I mean, I'm slightly joking about the whole Steven Anderson thing, but not really. I mean, I like him, but I'm going a little too overboard, I know.
Who do you have at tight end?
I got Travis Kelce in one league. I got Zach Ertz in the other.
Who's your if you don't have one of those two, who's your worst tight end that you have on? Because I know that we're in a.
I mean, those are the main ones. I mean, I can't remember.
You have those in
every league. No, let's see. And some of the other playoff teams I got going here, I got Hunter Henry and 1.
Okay.
We got a lot of teams. We're going through the listener leagues here. So the other one that we're in, we have Kelsey, so we're sticking with him. Then I have Austin Hooper.
Okay, this is a good one.
And I had Cameron Brate on the same team. Steven Anderson, I'm rolling with it. I'm not even joking.
No, I was going to say, for that team, are you going to go pick him up?
I'm picking him up and I'm playing him.
There we go.
I'm doing it. And that's a playoff matchup.
The league hears this.
That's true. And then, I think I will. So we recorded this before that. So the other one, I have Delaney Walker. So I'm playing Delaney Walker. And then in the other playoff league, I'm in the playoffs in a lot of leagues. This sounds
how humble he has become. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
If the listeners could reach through and slap you for that.
The other one, I got Jared Cook and Greg Olson. Steven Anderson it is.
Boom. Here we go. I actually want to see you do it.
Anderson. I'm winning that. That's an Instagram league I'm in with some experts, which I'm not an expert, so I don't like that label. I'm just very good.
Well, if Anderson blows up, I will give you that label.
No, by no means will I ever call myself an expert, because I don't think any of us are experts in this. It's a weird thing, isn't it? I've been in the playoffs all the years in our league, so maybe I'm an expert. I don't know. What do you want to say? I've won 5 championships. Maybe there's a couple of the league members listening to this. Number 6 is on its way.
Oh, definitely not. For the love of God, Zach, if you're listening, please beat him. For the love of God.
And then
of all that is holy.
It would be fun in the listener leagues here. I'm just going to keep going for a minute. Everybody's listening. We have 5 listener leagues. And what we're doing for those is it's 1 week. It's a 2-week playoff, which is week 14 and 15. So week 16, we're taking the 5 champions and they're playing each other. It's a 5-team championship. And currently,
it's like a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And so there's going to be teams with the same players. It's going to be great. But we are in the playoffs in 4 of these 5 leagues. So it could end up being
playing ourselves.
We might have 4 of us playing against one guy. In the league 5 is the one we didn't make it. I'm very disappointed. I know I screwed it up. But how great is it going to be? It's 4 of us versus 1 person, and we'll probably lose. So I have such a better chance. We have such a better chance here to win this championship, the overall, than anybody. We have 4 chances, and we better not screw it up, right?
I would hope.
So,
how did we end in? I know we were right on the cusp on the Scott Fish Bowl.
I don't have the updated. We made the playoffs. I don't have the updated scoring yet.
Gotcha.
We had to finish in the top 10 of 20 this week or last week to make it, and well, let's just say it wasn't a great week.
So playoff and
because of
flamed out
because of that, I haven't even looked because I know it wasn't good. We just had
who shit the bed?
Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, yep,
and killed us.
Yep.
We were doing well. We got there, and then Ertz getting hurt didn't help.
Nope.
That hurt us. So and I will. You know what? Confession time. I didn't start Jermaine Kearse.
Who did you start instead?
Let's not talk about it. The listeners don't need to know this. Corey Davis.
Oh, damn. No wonder why you're on his bandwagon now. You're like, he burned you.
Yeah, it's very disappointing. All right, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.